fact that meditation has been shown in studies to reduce the size of the amygdala.
But wait, why do you want to shrink your brain?
We're really excited. We're about to go into Brooklyn for a weekend. It's our anniversary. We've been married 12 years.
But as we head to Brooklyn to meet Emily Fletcher, a renowned teacher of this ancient practice, one question keeps lingering in my mind. Why would anyone want to shrink their brain?
Wow.
This is my first time attending an event like this, and I have no idea what to expect. So let's go find out.
My name is Dave Chappelle.
So what are we doing?
Crossing the Brooklyn Bridge.
It's 2 a.m. and we're like, let's do it. Let's just go for it. Yeah, not gonna happen with a toddler. And that lasted about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's really cold.
It's cold and I'm in pain. I need a rest.
You have to be kind to yourself.
Let's go meditate. The neurobiology of meditation is fascinating, and the way it affects stress and pain perception. There's so many aspects of it. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later, but right now I really want to enjoy the experience.
So Adam, thank you so much for letting us take a ride on your magic carpet. Yeah, sure. Magic carpet, that's a good way to put it.
A magic carpet ride? What?
Our SoundBed is a immersive sound healing device that uses sound and vibration to create deep state of presence and is a super powerful, very efficient tool for regulating the nervous system, calibrating your consciousness and mindset, and regulating emotions. So she's experiencing a beautiful, expansive, uplifting piece of music, and that music is both being played in her headphones and it's being mapped to her body in a really kind of coordinated, synchronized fashion to really play her nervous system like an instrument. And it makes an experience that's incredibly immersive. It's just getting us out of our fight and flight, stressy, overwhelmed, anxious state that's kind of always running in the background into just a deep state of presence. So both our mind and our bodies can do their natural healing and integration function. So what'd you think?
That was amazing. It was like, you can just drop in so fast and you're so held and so supported. And especially with the multifaceted experience, the left brain can't take over easily. So you could just surrender. And I felt like my body was going through like this rejuvenating process.
And that was 5 minutes.
That was 5 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sign me up for half an hour.
Yeah, that was magic.
What'd you think?
You're like on psychedelic,
Right?
at a concert where you can just feel on bass and all the energy. It's awesome.
Without having to do with it while your body's at rest.
While you're resting, I felt it's like if this could be the theme song to my life every day, that would be epic.
My first live breathwork session ever in my life. I would say my biggest takeaway from the live breathwork is what you can create in your body with just your breath. You have a lot inside of you, and with the right guidance, you can use what you already have. The most surprising thing for me was the physical feelings in my body. I expected, which I didn't try to have a lot of expectations, but I expected it all to be what was going on in my brain, what I was thinking, what I was feeling in my head. And I really had a lot of body sensations, from tingling to temperature changes to just feeling the energy move in different parts of my body was not something that I didn't think would be possible, or I never thought about as an option for breathwork.
Hi, Emily. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. This weekend has been transformational. First and foremost, I want to thank you from my deepest soul and give you all the gratitude in the world that I can. Can you please take a moment and, in your words, explain what the Ziva meditation technique is?
So this weekend we did something called Ziva Meditation. This particular one was called Ziva Live, which is a really beautiful experience to get people in the room, meditating together, getting into deep coherence with themselves and each other, doing a technique that gives the body rest that is 5 times deeper than sleep so that we can be more awake in our waking state, so we can be more conscious in our waking state. So everyone in the room had already graduated from a course called Ziva Online, so everyone already had a basic practice, and this was a way for us to deepen it. We did a beautiful gratitude ceremony. Everyone received their own personal mantras, and we got to meditate together. We had sound. We had 100 people in the room. It was so magical.
Can you explain how the body or stress impacts the body and what meditation does for that?
Yeah, so stress is unfortunately making us all stupid, sick, and slow. Acute short-term stress is very good for us. This is like hormesis, ice bath, sauna, high-intensity interval training. This can actually strengthen us. But the low-grade chronic stress that so many people are suffering from is truly killing us from the inside out. It is increasing body age. It is decreasing neuroplasticity. It decreases skin elasticity. It can lead to heart disease. It can lead to panic attacks, anxiety, insomnia. So truly, stress has become more than an epidemic. We had a stress epidemic before, and now post-2020, it's like we poured gasoline on that stress epidemic. And so what meditation is doing is that it's getting rid of not only the stress from the now, but the backlog of stress that we've been storing in our cellular memory, the backlog of stress that we've been storing in our cells and our bodies. And so people think that meditation is going to make you feel like calm and happy and joyful. And yes, that is true, but not before it wrings you out, right? Like it is going to wring you out and get rid of the backlog of stuff that's been keeping us in the old stories so that you can have more space on the other side, more bliss, better sleep, better sex, more creativity, decreasing your body age, increasing your neuroplasticity. So when people are like, God, meditation sounds like a magic pill, it's like, it's not that meditation is magic, it's that stress is actually so extraordinarily damaging.
All right, so that just happened. We just did my first in-person group meditation setting, my Ziva Live. Ziva is the type of meditation that we do, the style meditation that we've been practicing for about 2 years now. And this is an in-person ceremony. Didn't know what to expect. It was beautiful. I'm still feeling the vibration and the electricity of the event. And I received my new mantra. Very, very interesting. For about the last 2 years, I've been using this mantra, and every time I meditate, I use this mantra, and I felt like I was ready to say goodbye to the mantra. And what ended up happening is when I got my new mantra is so similar to my old one that I may actually get them confused. It's almost like the universe is saying, it's not about the mantra, it's about you. And I get it. So message received, planted that seed, and I'm just gonna let it grow and see what beautiful flower it turns into. Speaking of flowers, these are some flowers that we gave during the puja. The puja is an offering that we give to the teachers that came before us that allowed this meditation to be passed on throughout the ages. And these are some of those flowers from that offering. And we also offer some fruits. Fruits and flowers were some of the most prized things in the Himalayas because it was very difficult to get that up there. I'm very excited.
I wanted to share a little bit about my meditation history. I started meditating around 2011, so it's been about 13 years now. And meditation has always been a key component of my pain management. And probably one of the reasons why I was able to really break through a lot of my challenges with pain. Why is that? Well, pain is actually a multifaceted perception. Not only is it like physical things, physiological things, but also emotional. You have to be able to care that you're experiencing pain. So with meditation, you're able to really learn to regulate some emotions and then process pain on a different level. So that being said, I've done a lot of different kinds of meditation, and I've been doing the Ziva technique for about a year and a half. And today I got a new mantra for my advanced technique. I felt really like a very coming home. And I'm really looking forward to the next step. So now I'll be meditating for 30 minutes, which is probably the longest meditation I've done outside of retreat practices. So every day, 30 minutes, twice a day. And that's gonna be a transition for me. And I can share how that goes. I'm excited to lean into it more, especially as I delve deeper into the neurobiology of meditation and how that interacts with the neurobiology of pain and helps me and can help others on their pain management journey and on their stress management journeys. So yeah, we'll keep sharing a little bit more about that. One thing I would love to talk about today is, as I've shared before, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and after the diagnosis, I had medical PTSD. I was experiencing a lot of symptoms, anxiety, a lot of trauma, just a lot. I was experiencing a lot. My quality of life was going down. I was not on a routine of meditation when I got the diagnosis. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor 5 days after giving birth. So I wasn't doing a lot of wellness practices on a routine basis. And one of the biggest things we can talk about when it comes to the neurobiology of meditation is going to be the fact that meditation has been shown in studies to reduce the size of the amygdala. So what is the amygdala? The amygdala is when you process like fear, where you're like kind of like your emotional reactivity to stress and situations. And what happens is when you have PTSD, studies have shown that your amygdala increases in size. And what has been shown in studies with meditation is when you routinely meditate, your amygdala decreases in size. So one of my biggest things that I aim to do with my meditation practice is to decrease the size of my amygdala, so then I can have a higher quality of life and I can be present with my family. I can like show love to my family and be happy instead of constantly afraid of things going wrong. So that is my journey, and we'll keep sharing about that. All right, it's time to go. We spent the whole weekend in this beautiful space. So thank you to Gaia No Maya and to Ziva and to Emily Fletcher and all the participants. Let's go on to the next adventure.